Hello there, Kyle Katarn here, coming back with another Star Wars fan film reaction. This is another request, and it is called Dark Empire Movie Part 1, and it was posted by Star Wars Theory on May the 4th. I think the last thing I saw from Star Wars Theory was the Vader fan film. Came out many years ago. Wasn't bad, but I haven't really seen anything from him since, so I'm interested to see what this is going to be. Obviously, it's an adaptation of Dark Empire, which is a great story. Alright, it's a legend story, no longer canon, but there really is a lot in there to draw from that could be pretty cool, so I'm interested to see what he's done with this. Okay, and he's written here, Happy May the 4th, everybody. I hope you enjoy part 1 to this project. We've all worked very hard on it for months, and the idea was to give you all an 80s, 90s stylistic version of what could have been adapted from Dark Empire. Maybe this could have been the sequel trilogy if Heir to the Empire fell through. You know, I've always kind of had the idea that Dark Empire was like the runner-up to the Thrawn trilogy, which I always considered to be the 7, 8, and 9 of Star Wars moving forward before Disney and everything, you know, reading the books. But if I had to pick a second bet, it would be Dark Empire. I think I do agree with that. Okay, well, Dark Empire, one of my favorite legend stories. Expectations are high. Star Wars Theory is a fellow who likes to talk a big game when it comes to his fan films. Expectations are even higher. So without further ado, let's check out Dark Empire Movie Part 1. Do it! Starting her off classic.
Amidst growing conflicts with the Imperial remnant,
What
Luke
narration,
Skywalker
okay.
was captured after discovering a mysterious Force storm. Captured aboard an Imperial vessel, Luke knows the darkness calling to him cannot be understated.
I don't know where we are. Some kind of ship. Whatever captured us has chosen to keep us in the dark.
Ugh, is that an AI voice?
We're inside an Imperial dungeon ship. The kind they used to transport Jedi Knights during the Clone Wars.
I've never seen that kind of shit before.
Somewhere at the core of the galaxy, it's surrounded by thousands of warships.
I see 5 ships, but I'll take your word for it.
Center of the universe. This is it.
Oh, look at this. It's like a series of composite shots.
Jedi Knight, welcome.
We just got our giant metal energy cage hanging out. Don't worry about that.
Anywhere until
God. Oh, man. This slideshow. It's a choice.
Inform His Excellency that his guest has arrived undamaged. Take him to the Great Hall.
It's interesting the way the visuals have been blended together like this.
This is it, R2. This is where my opponent is waiting.
This is not so much a fan film as it is like an extreme slideshow, you know?
Prisoner, out.
You would be unwise to threaten me. I am here because I choose to be.
Oh, man.
Well, I will do nothing. Let him believe it is his free choice if he wants, but he is walking to his doom.
That sounds like a voice that should be coming out of a helmeted person. Does he have, like, stuff in his mouth? Oh, that's some great Foley. You hear those little footsteps? Oh, look, guys, it's Snoke. We got a Snoke tank.
Old war.
Really? Some sort of Sith secrets, maybe? Maybe only the Sith knew?
I sense something. Presence I haven't felt since Endor.
All these really unflattering freeze frames of him, like, mid-stride. Like, what choices were being made here?
Excellent. You have come to me at your own free will.
Oh, nice. It's George Takei.
But you're...
Dead? Do not forget, young Skywalker. You, like your father, are destined to rule the galaxy by my side.
Somehow, I knew.
Somehow, Palpatine returned.
Sensed it. You are already deeply connected with the dark side of the Force.
But I saw you die.
It is not the first time I have died.
Man, this sure is a lot of exposition.
Lost. Such are the mysteries of the dark side of the Force.
The mysteries of the dark side, of the Force, of the
Flesh does
Sith.
not easily support this great power. My body has decayed again and again, and each time I have needed to take another, transferring my essence into a humble clone of the man I once was.
Clones.
Yes, young Skywalker. The dying is painful. The transition is terrible to endure.
Is he turning into Shai Hulud?
The suffering is a small
He's got worm skin.
pay for eternal life. Well, my young apprentice, have you come
My
to
apprentice?
join me? Your father is dead. Will you take your place that rightfully belongs to you? You hesitate. Let me offer you an incentive.
How many times are they going to reuse that zooming shot of Palpatine's face?
Behold the battle raging across the planet Calamari. Those pathetic rebels flee at the might of my world devastators.
The World Devastators are a cool design. They reused them in Star Wars Rebels.
For me, and they are yours. To
And in the
command.
Tartakovsky Clone Wars micro series, actually.
The rebels had their chance. They had years to reclaim the galaxy, but without the Jedi Knights and the succession of Order 66, they failed miserably.
Wait, is that supposed to be Calamari?
Have
Famous
outflanked them.
water planet? You're just bombing an urban city on this.
Working in secret, I have created weapons such as the galaxy has never seen. It is your destiny, my friend, to succeed your father and wield my discipline over the worlds that have betrayed me.
We're up to like 7 or 8 of the same shot of Palpatine so far.
Surely you know that if you strike me down in anger, I will live again. Perhaps I will even live as you.
Oh my god. With the little wiggling saber? Oh, that's pretty good.
See, you have grown wise in the ways of the
This is an
Force.
extreme
You
slideshow.
have achieved control. You are no longer the impulsive youth at war with your own anger. Excellent.
I will not kill you.
You can't kill him, dude. You can't even move.
By learning the secrets of the dark side, we both know there is no other way.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of mileage out of this shot right now.
Yes. My father's destiny is my own.
It is done, my young apprentice. Let us celebrate our conquest of the galaxy.
I love it. He's got a brain and a world devastator up there. Wow. Okay. Yeah, props to everyone who worked on this. Clearly a lot of effort was put into this. Yeah, no, that wasn't terrible. That wasn't terrible. I will say this, just right out of the bat. Dark Empire is a very exciting story. It actually has a really, like, intense and compelling plot, and the narrative that it takes you on is really quite awesome. You would never know that from watching this fan film. God, like, I'm honestly impressed with the ability to make a story as exciting as this and a concept as intriguing as this, as boring as it turned out to be. This was like 9 straight minutes of awkward exposition spoken over a slideshow. I definitely feel like this left something to be desired as a fan of Star Wars, a fan of Dark Empire, and a fan of Star Wars fan films just in general. I feel like, I'm sure this was a lot of work. I'm really sure it was, which just makes the end result even more confounding to me. It's like at some point in this process, someone should have realized maybe this isn't the right approach, you know? I don't know. I don't ever want to hear Star Wars Theory complain about the pacing of a Star Wars movie again, because what was that? God, it was so slow moving. Everything developed just at a crawl. There's a lot I could say here, honestly, about the level of quality people seem to demand from contemporary Star Wars, and they turn around and they offer us things like this. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep this sort of thing in mind next time you weigh out your criticisms against contemporary Star Wars. Well, if this is the best you can do, you know what I mean? Like, special shout outs to that one close-up shot of Palpatine that he used like over a dozen times. That's a choice. That's a pretty bold move. But you know what? Palpatine is a man who makes bold moves, so maybe that works. Maybe that's appropriate. Also, this was just part 1 of the fan film. That's important to keep in mind too. Dark Empire is a very long story, and if the subsequent installments of this fan film are going to be in 10-minute chunks, then it's going to take a long time to tell the whole thing. So we'll have to wait and see what happens next. You know, it pains me to say it because multiple people worked on this, and I'm sure a lot of them actually put a lot of effort into this, but this felt like slapped together. This felt like someone slapped together a slideshow to throw it to the masses on May the 4th, but this doesn't feel like it was a labor of love. This doesn't feel like there was like the execution really left something to be desired, sure. But even in fan films that don't necessarily get executed in the best way, you can really feel that palpable love and passion for the subject matter and the source material that's being celebrated there. I didn't feel that here, necessarily. And for one thing, when you use an AI voiceover, you're not going to feel that passion because it was like the most soulless, dare I say, creatively bankrupt decision you can go with. You should always go with an actual voice actor wherever possible. And I will say that's an assumption on my part that this was an AI voice because it sounded just like Mark Hamill. If that was in fact an actor, I take back what I said. Let me know in the comments and give him the credit that he deserves. But I don't, as far as I can tell, that was a simulated voice, and that's a no-no to me, especially in a Star Wars fan film. Now, I'm not trying to say anything crazy like this was a totally performative act dropped on May the 4th in an attempt to funnel some more traffic towards his site for custom lightsabers or anything like that, because that would be weird and underhanded, right? No, all I'm saying is that I'm a person who has watched so many Star Wars fan films, possibly the most Star Wars fan films out of anyone in the fandom community that's active today. And I will say that this does not hold up to the standard of the excellent fan films that I've been seeing recently. This does not even hold up to the standard of Star Wars Theory's fan films. This was nowhere near the quality of the Vader fan film that he put out. There's not really a whole lot that anyone can do about that. It's a criticism that's worth acknowledging. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed my reaction to part 1 of the Dark Empire movie. Please weigh in and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought of this reaction and what you thought of this fan film. We're big fans of civil discourse over here. Check out the rest of the channel for more content, reactions, and reviews. Leave me a comment if you have a question or something to say, or if you have a Star Wars fan film to recommend to me. I'm trying to react to every Star Wars fan film ever made. To that end, you'll find a link in the description of the video to the Kyle Katarn Discord server, which is a great place to send me those recommendations. And don't forget to follow the link in the description of the video to pick up your very own Katarn saber. Use the discount code GONK420. Thanks again, and as always, may the Force be with you.